So Luke 14:28. It's counting the cost. It talks about counting the cost. Who sits down? Who desires to build a tower and not first sit down and count the cost to see if they even have enough to do it? Very interesting thing. Or we want to do things and not really ready to. Good morning. We're not really ready to take on the things that's coming. So guess what? When it comes to doing the things that we're trying to do, we can't do it because we haven't built. We're not prepared. Opportunities are always around us, but they really show themselves for those who they show themselves more to those who are prepared. So let's get prepared for battle. First thing I had wrote, I kind of write these things out. First thing I wrote was, getting ready. So you are ready. That means you're in a state of being ready. So when something comes up to you, a negative thought pops up, you're already ready to combat it. A lot of people plan out their scenarios. In the military, what we do, well, when I was in the military, you had exercises. And not only exercises, but you had battle plans. Or just take chess for example. If he moves here, I can move here. I have these options. What I was telling you before, in school we're not really taught options. We're taught this is the way you get this answer. But in real life, the more prepared you are, the more options you have. The more options you have, your life is a little bit easier. Instead of just saying, okay, I gotta make it this way. You can make the same means by doing it this way or that way or this way. That person that has the options, the more options you have, the more obstacles you can overcome. Because you're ready. Les Brown was saying that opportunities are always in plain sight, and the ones who prepared it have the lenses, the eyesight to see it. When you're not prepared, when the opportunity comes, it leaves. And good morning. And as the opportunity leaves, so we dig that hole of, hey, I can't do nothing, right? That spiral, downward spiral. As I was doing my exercise this morning, I came across this thought of two people. And this is interesting. I hope y'all get this. All right, there's two types of people. All right, there's the conceited person, and there's the ignorant person. And usually we fall into one of these two categories. Now, when I say ignorant, I don't really mean like in a negative sense. I'm a positive person. Ignorant is just meaning that you are lacking in knowledge. Okay? So you have the opportunity to go get it. Now, conceited person, they have the knowledge, but they know everything. They have the knowledge and they don't believe it. So what's happening as this plays out, the things that come, the opportunities that come, or even you want to live a certain type of way, and if you're not living the way you want to live, now all the opportunity is for you in the world, and you are what you think about the most. If you're not living the way you want to live, that means if you're not, say, if you wanted to be a millionaire, and your thought processes are, I can guarantee you, if you want to be a millionaire and you're not on the road to being a millionaire, then your thought processes are in one of those two categories. Either you know how to get it and you're not doing it, you're not going to pay the price. It's too costly, I'm not going to do it. That means you're in that conceited category. I want to live this way, I know how to do it, but I'm not going to. Or you're in the not having the knowledge category. I won't say ignorant, but you're not having the knowledge to help you to think a certain way. And if you go and get it, usually, I mean, you know what? Almost every millionaire or almost every famous person or everybody that's successful, they usually write down everything they did and they put it in a book. And then, that book is available to anybody who wants it. If you admire a person, more than likely, you had to hear about that person. And if you heard about that person, there are books written about that person. And if you have a book, you can see the things that they did to get to where they are. If you can grasp that concept of the things that they were doing, then you can start to pattern your thoughts and build your character in that same manner. Now, you don't want to be a copy of that person, but you can get the thought patterns down. And if you get the thought patterns down, the more you think about, you become what you think about the most. And that's how it works. God put everything in His Word, and He gives it to you some form of fashion. You hear about the Word, and if you desire that godly life, guess what? You start to think in a godly way. And as you think in a godly way, you become that godly person. If you think in a millionaire's way, then you will start to be on that road to a millionaire. Now, you won't do the conceited or this is how we can defeat ourselves in this way. And I'm stopping in a second. What we do is we hear so many different variations of how to do something, they start to conflict. And when they conflict, they start to cancel each other out. So, as we are on this road, you need to pick a path and stick with it, pay the price, and you'll achieve it. Because once you start to get so many different thought processes, you can't do them all. Because when you try to do them all, they'll conflict, and then they'll cancel, and then you'll have nothing. And you'll be one of those conceited ones that say, that don't work, that don't work. Even though you got people who's giving their testimony on how to do it, how they've done it, and you still see that and say, that doesn't work. So remember to count the cost and be prepared for battle. Don't try to build this tower, this life, this legacy without backing it up or expecting it to be built for you, because nobody's going to do that. Only you are responsible. You have the power and the control. All right? So let's crush this day. It's the weekend, baby.